The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of UA Local 502 Louisville basketball game night starts now.
And a pleasant good evening live from Male High School. It's Louisville basketball game night. A great doubleheader tonight featuring one of the state's top teams, the Assumption Rockets against the Male Bulldogs. And then in the nightcap, two of the top three teams in Kentucky will meet with St. X #1 and the third-ranked Male Bulldogs. Welcome to Louisville Mail. I'm Chris Labar alongside Paul Jackson. Pull up a chair. We'll have coverage here for the next 4 hours. And Paul, with all this weather coming in, this may be the last time we have a production here in the next few days.
That's for sure. Let's get it in tonight, and boy, do we have a good one. So, yeah, let's beat the snow, Chris.
Assumption is 13-5, and they are off to a fantastic start this season despite the loss versus Sacred Heart over the weekend. But this is still a team that's very, very strong.
Yeah, Assumption is state renowned. I mean, I just talked to Coach C from Assumption, and she is they have recovered from that loss to Sacred Heart. They've played a very tough schedule, a proficient shooting team that shares the ball, has great senior leadership. They're clicking on all cylinders right now.
Assumption highlighted by their fantastic player Ashlyn James. She will play next season at IU, averaging 14 points per game, and her points come in bushels.
Yeah, she's a dynamic player, three-layer scorer, can get to the rim, shoot the three. She does it all for this team, and also makes her teammates better. And that's a characteristic that's hard to find.
So Male is 7-9, the decisive underdog in this game. But despite all that, Zion Sin having a really solid junior year.
Yeah, she is an excellent player. Really has a high IQ and is a real leader on this Male basketball team.
Bulldogs trying to get a big win tonight against one of the state's premier teams. It's Assumption and Male, and then in the nightcap about a 7:30 tip will be St. X and the Male Bulldogs. Up next, we'll chat with seventh-year Male girls head coach Maurice Ponder. That conversation on the way back from Glycon.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Polo Real Estate Group, your one-stop real estate source. Founded by 1993 Male graduate Dion Reese. Contact him at 502-387-6330 or visit polorealestategroup.com.
It's Assumption versus Male and girls basketball, the first of two tonight with St. X and Male to follow. Maurice Ponder, head coach of Male, joins us. Coach, a tall order on paper tonight versus number one Assumption in some polls. How do you feel about the matchup?
So I feel pretty good. We usually try to, come out and oppose our own will with whoever we play. Going to try to, strategize against them a little bit. They're a really talented group of young ladies that she has over there, and they got about 5 or 6 kids that are really, really good. So we're going to try to come out and do what we do best and see how that works out for us.
What do you guys hang your hat on?
So defense. We try to play, pretty aggressive defensively. We have to do a good job today at going to the boards because they do a really good job going to the offensive boards and getting put back. So our goal is to try to make sure we give them, limit their opportunities, and then, contain the ball, as much as possible and try to, like I said, run our offense and execute. So that's our goal for this evening, to see how, that where it lands us at.
Let's talk about your team. Through 16 games, you're 7-9. How do you feel like you've done so far this year?
I think we've had a lot of growth. It's pretty much a new team. We lost 9 kids from last year's roster, so we're starting over, and we're trying to, rebuild and, get these young ladies used to playing with each other. And they've had from game one, they're playing a whole lot better than what they have been, as of from the beginning of the season. So I'm pretty proud of them. They're working hard. They're starting to buy into what we're trying to teach, and they're getting a good feel. I like to say get baptized under fire because they're out there playing, and learning how to compete. So I feel pretty good about them. I think we'll be, our goal is always to be, our best team in February. So that's what we're pushing towards, and it's looking pretty good for us. For a young group of kids. So.
Zion Sin rapidly improving for you as a junior, averaging 15 points, really didn't produce a ton for you last year. Just to speak to her growth and how she's improved.
So I think she is working really hard at finding her shot now, where she didn't do that as much last year because she kind of had a few young ladies here with her last year. So she's looking for her shot a little bit more, and she's finishing at the basket, and her free throw percentage has really been great this year. So she gets to the basket, gets fouled, and she can knock down free throws, which helps with her total points. But she really plays hard. She plays harder than she has in the previous years for us. So super proud of her. She's grown a whole lot, obviously, with her point total, and just looking forward to see, how she finishes the season and how she grows going into the next one.
10th year for you as a coach in the JCPS system. Spent a couple of years, both Shawnee and Wagner, now 7 years at Male. Describe your journey. What's it like these days coaching girls basketball?
Well, the game has changed quite a bit since I started. I'll tell you this. I started coaching high school girls basketball in 2007.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a different game now. The work ethic is, in the gym work ethic is a little different than what it was, at my onset of coaching girls basketball. But I've got a great group of kids here. Like, none of these girls are unable to play basketball. They just lack experience, for a varsity level. So once they, get their growth, I think we'll start to get our program turned back around and start looking the way that it has been in the past.
Good luck, Maurice. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Head coach Maurice Ponder, the Male Lady Bulldogs. It's Assumption and Male. We'll have more in just a moment.
Buying or selling a new home, and you want to do it with few hassles? Count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tinsley knows the value of providing quality service, and that's what you get when you dine with Tinsley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Go ahead, pour it on. as thick as you want to. Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering. Serving up the tastiest ribs, chicken, brisket, brown sugar sticky wings, mutton and ham. Always served to you fresh and so good, it'll make you say,
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering, 7508 Preston Highway.
Holy smokes!
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
Blind Select, not just flies. Blind Select, not just flies.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Tonight's broadcast is authorized by Male High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation of all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Paul, hearing Maurice Ponder talk about his team's recipe for winning these games, it stems on defense, and they are strong on that side of the ball.
Yeah, I really love listening to what Coach Ponder had to say. He's got a young team. They're growing, and I think – when you have a team, the first step you want to do is really teach them on the defensive end. And sounds like he's getting a lot of buy-in from them, and it'll be key tonight that they really put some pressure on the defensive end, to stop this powerhouse at Assumption.
This is a proud program. Actually, both these teams, prideful programs as we talk about Assumption here in just a little bit. But for Male, all the way back in 2019, they advanced to the state semifinals. And this is a team, they're going to have a lot of athletes, and they've got some good young players to build around.
Yeah, I love what Coach Ponder's doing. He is he's hanging with the season. He's hanging with them and really coaching and building, for the future. And sometimes these teams can surprise you in the postseason. After gaining all this critical experience during the year, they can still come up big in the postseason.
Bulldogs, as you saw a little while ago, 0-2 versus the top 100 RPI. Their best win just outside of that beat right now 122nd ranked RPI, Pleasure Ridge Park. So it's Male and Assumption up next. We'll chat with third-year head coach Kieran Kobach of the Assumption Rockets. They are 13-5, and they are quite the juggernaut. More coverage coming up live. It's Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Not just flies. Blind Select, not just flies.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
When you want the right agents for your real estate needs, choose the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Van Treese and his wife Laura Protinick Van Treese combine local knowledge, dedication, and results to help you buy or sell with confidence. Contact the Van Treese team at 502-468-1463. Because no other real estate team quite measures up when you experience the True Blood advantage.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. And the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Experience the True Blood advantage.
Hey, welcome back to Louisville Game Night. Paul Jackson here with Glycod. Have the absolute pleasure to be with Assumption head coach. 2024 Region 7 Coach of the Year. Likes to go by Coach C. Karen Kovach, Coach C. Coach C, thanks for having us. Congratulations so far on a wonderful season. I know last weekend there was a little kind of an emotional game with Sacred Heart. How are your kiddos responded since that loss? Hey, welcome back to Louisville Game Night. Paul Jackson here with Glycod. Have the absolute pleasure to be with Assumption head coach. 2024 Region 7 Coach of the Year. Likes to go by Coach C. Karen Kovach, Coach C. Coach C, thanks for having us. Congratulations so far on a wonderful season. I know last weekend there was a little kind of an emotional game with Sacred Heart. How are your kiddos responded since that loss?
We're fine. I've mentioned this before that I deliberately packed our schedule this year. You wanna go up against the best, and we've been doing that all season, and we're battle tested. We've seen a lot of different defenses, offenses, and so on. But we responded nicely, with some wins against some really good teams. I'm extremely proud of the girls. I think they're resilient.
Awesome. I know you're led by senior Ashlyn James. Tell me a little bit about her and her leadership.
My goodness, she's incredible. I know we can fill the airtime here with her stats galore, right? But even more impressive is she off the court, how she handles herself. We've really seen her step up in these past few games alone in her leadership on the court. I know that's what is going to be needed from her at IU, and she's really stepping up to the challenge. She's an awesome kid. Awesome. Love her.
Coach C, first of all, I know you've got the postseason right around the corner here. This season just seemed to have flown by. Your preparation for that, what are you hoping to see in the next 2 to 3 weeks to get ready for that?
Well, it's funny. I feel like I'm still learning about our team. And I am happy that we have a tough schedule. Nothing's easy, and that's just the way that you grow and get better. So The more that I push these guys and the more that they go up against different teams, we're learning what we need to work on. I still don't think we've played our best basketball, so I'm excited to see that.
Awesome, great. Coach, thanks so much. Good luck tonight and good luck the rest of the season. Coach C, and appreciate your time.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, take care.
Red Ball Recycling is Southern Indiana's #1 recycling choice for a reason. We offer top dollar for all scrap metal. We can buy steel, copper, aluminum, brass, junk cars, and more. Call or stop by Red Ball Recycling and turn your scrap metal into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A proud community supporter, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com, celebrating 20 years of serving our community of athletes. Priority Radiology. You have a choice.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Well, let's pick Paul's brain for our inside look presented by Blinds Direct. They proudly serve Louisville for over 30 years. Visit blindsdirect.com or call 502-266-0079 for the best in home decor. We'll start with the visitors. What's most important tonight for the Rockets?
Oh, I tell you, Chris, the 3 big keys that the Rockets need to do tonight to have a successful night against Male is they got to come out fast, have a fast start, really execute their offense, move the ball, set the tone early against the Bulldogs. They're going to need to execute in the full and the half court. I expect to see the Rockets put a lot of defensive pressure on the young Male Bulldogs, and they're going to try to force as many turnovers as possible. Now, also, when you have a veteran team kind of going against a younger team, there may be some foul shooting becomes even more important. So the Assumption Rockets are going to have to make their free throws for sure.
They did not against Sacred Heart, but boy, they sure did Tuesday in their win versus Wednesday at Floyd Central. They were 19 of 20 from the foul line.
Yeah, it's definitely in there, and 95% from the foul line. Last time I checked, Chris, was pretty solid.
Talk about Male. We'll work our way from the bottom up, and it does start with defense.
Yeah, they are a really improving defense. They've really bought into what Coach Ponder says. They're in their games. They've done well with their help defense. They've been well in their trapping defenses, and they're really playing a solid man-to-man defense. But what they're going to have to do tonight, Chris, is rebound the basketball. They're going to have to keep the Rockets off the offensive glass with some good blockouts, and their defense will win this game, has a chance to win this game. So they've really got to put an onus on the defensive end.
Male needs to score at a clip that they've not really been accustomed to this year. Their largest point total as a team is 64.
Yeah, but you know what? We're sitting here at Pap Glenn Stadium, or court, where there's just all kinds of stuff that has happened here with many icons, from Darrell Griffith to Winston Bennett to Wes Unseld. There's crazy things have happened, Chris, here. You never know.
You forgot Ralph Beard.
Oh, Ralph Beard. Heck, sorry, Ralph. That's my bad there.
Yeah, the court right in front of us, Ralph Beard Court to our lower left, we're obstructed. But this gym, this program is just renowned here at Male. Let's take one more look at some Assumption numbers here. And, again, doing it a lot with offense and 3-point shooting, not too bad. And they shoot, from the floor above 40%.
Yeah, I really noticed anytime as many threes as they take, I believe they're at like a 32% clip. That's not too bad, really, shooting the basketball. And they really generate some open looks, and they really get good shots. So if they shoot the ball like they can, it could be a tough night for the Bulldogs.
Should be an outstanding evening of basketball again. St. X and Male, that game will tip right at 7:30, so we're going to have a couple of different streams for you guys. This one, and then we will terminate and begin with the Assumption Male post-game as the commencement, as the start of Male St. X Stream 2. So a lot to look forward to. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will step aside one more time and be back for live basketball. It's Assumption and Male live from Male High School on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. From Glycod, it's UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game is brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, turning your scrap metal into scrap money. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Blinds Direct and State Farm Insurance agent Leslie Gilley. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Time now for tonight's starting lineups presented by Interstate Batteries. Get started with Interstate Batteries. They're outrageously dependable. The expected quintet for Assumption, highlighted by Ashlyn James, the IU commit. Ashlyn averaging a team-leading 14 rebounds. Then you've got Saray Palmer at 13 points and 3 outstanding wings. Ava Moore, Jada Allen, Layla Powell, all 3 average between 7 and 10 points a game. A lot of versatility from that talented Assumption starting lineup. The expected starters for Male highlighted by Zion Sin, 5'6" junior, averaging 13 points a night. Then you've got Kendall Lanier, Rachel Fanning, Kylie Washington, and pretty much the lone post starting is Savannah Shea, 5'11", averaging 7 points and a team leading 6 rebounds. And for Male, a great opportunity to change the course of their season, Paul, if they can find a way to win this game.
Well, this would be a signature win for the Bulldogs. All stars will need to align to make it happen, but this is the type of game and a wonderful opportunity for Coach Ponder to get not only a chance for a huge victory, but some great experience for his kids.
Jerome Sanders, James Johns, Craig Sandifer, your 3 officials tonight for Assumption and Male. Thank you so much for joining us live tonight on Glycod. Please like and subscribe our growing free-to-watch high school athletics platform. What do you look for here early here, Paul?
Well, I'm looking for Male to really come out strong on the defensive end, and I'm also looking for the Rockets to really look to start out fast. A couple of quick buckets and really set the tone.
And Assumption to control this game to begin. And there is James. And Male early in a defense in his zone. Nice pass in the lane, grabbed by Layla Powell, and Assumption on the board early, and a Male foul.
Great court vision there. Hit it right underneath for just what we talked about, a quick start for the Rockets.
So Powell for 63% free throw shooter, and Assumption out of the gates quickly. We'll see how Male can do against this 1-2-2 press. It's Kendall Lanier in backcourt and deflected. And Zion Sin's going to get it, but they've got to be hasty. There's a 10-second count.
Yeah, I'm not sure she realized that. She thought the ball was touched, that the 10-second would reset, but it does not. So quick turnover for the Bulldogs.
So Assumption basketball underneath. And a 3-zip beginning. Some 31 seconds have elapsed in Louisville Male High School Ralph Beard Court. There's Ashlyn James. We'll skip it in the corner. Nice grab by Powell. In the quest for Male tonight, trying to make Assumption perimeter-oriented. That flank short by Saray Palmer, and a strong rebound there by Zero of Male. Not sure who that was. She's not on her roster. As Kendall Lanier has it underneath. And Lanier losing that handle too early. Turnovers and an avenue in for Assumption.
And that's exactly what Assumption is looking for. They're looking to capitalize on those early turnovers and get out on the fast break and run.
Ava Moore with that one. And Assumption on the strong defensive end. That shot is off the mark from Rachel Fanning. And Assumption with numbers and a very solid start. Ashlyn James off the mark, and Assumption with a rebound. Saray Palmer pulls the trigger, and Assumption going back for thirds. And this one trickles in for Kylie Moore.
Kylie and Ava Moore, the two sisters, really have had a wonderful year for the Rockets.
This is a very strong top 6 to 7 for Assumption. They'll bring a couple off the bench that are rock solid as well. And Male having all sorts of difficulty. Maurice Ponder spots it, and we're going to have a Male timeout. 2:03 elapsed. 7-0 Assumption, and you're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night live on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Just getting started tonight in Mail, the first to two with Assumption leading the Mail Bulldogs 7-0. St. X Mail on the boys' side will be game two. That game will tip in the vicinity of 7:30, and Mail out of a timeout trying to do something against this tough defense.
Yeah, Coach Ponder wanted to get that key timeout just to try to settle his girls down. Remember, it's a young group going against some experienced veterans right here, so they just need to settle down, run some offense. Let's try to get a bucket.
Kendall Posey is on the floor for Mail, and the Bulldogs having all sorts of difficulty in the open floor. That one's going to be short from Ashlyn James. And Saray Palmer strong arms the rebound. There's a deflection underneath for Savannah Shea of Mail.
Good transition defense is going to be key for Mail. You're going to have to send a guard back, or the Rockets will run.
There's two, and the Bulldogs on the board. It's Rachel Fanning.
Let's see if that settles the Bulldogs down a little.
That's a welcome sight for the Bulldogs to get on the board, and there's a block underneath. As Assumption has brought on Coach's daughter, 5'11 junior, number 32, Kyla Kovac. And Ashlyn James to funnel it in underneath. That's a clever inbound and deflected out, blocked out of bounds by Mail.
Can already see the importance of Mail staying out of foul trouble. I'm not sure they're as deep as the Rockets, so something to be watchful for.
Palmer relays in the corner. Ashlyn James well off the mark. The backside rebound is off. Kovac muscles it short. And again, Assumption attacking the backboard. And it's ripped away. And possession back to Assumption as Mail will step on the baseline.
Yeah, I know Coach Ponder's biggest fear was trying to keep them off the offensive boards, and it is a tough task with these Rockets. They are tenacious on the boards.
Rockets with 3 offensive rebounds on that last possession. James will catch and go. Left that long. Another offensive rebound and a Mail foul. Reach in on Kendall Lanier.
Thought that was a smart move by James. She's kind of missed from the outside. She said, you know what, I'm going to go to my spot and try to work my way in, get a bucket, and then free things up a bit.
Layla Powell misfiring on that free throw. Layla, 5'10 senior. As the Bulldogs bring on a couple of reserves, one of whom is 8th grader, number 30, Zoe Young. You can see that ponytail separating the 3 and the 0 there at the foul line.
What a great experience as an 8th grader to get this kind of varsity minutes.
Bodes well for the future. Now Young will handle in backcourt, and it's deflected all that length by Kylie Moore. And Assumption 2 points off a turnover as Ashlyn James rattles it in. And another steal. There's Powell, lays that in with a left.
Assumption really taking advantage of this press. They did a better job there getting a break in that press, but we're still not valuing the possessions from the Mail end.
Saray Palmer, well done with the left hand. And a full Mail timeout. Assumption razor sharp early. They lead at 14-2, and you're watching Louisville basketball game night from Glycod.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville basketball game night on Glycod.
Join Glycod in our quest to expand the visibility of today's student athletes by supporting our free-to-watch platform. And please subscribe and tell a friend as Glycod is changing the way you watch high school athletics. And for Coach C, could not have drawn up a better start for Assumption.
Yeah, we indicated one of the keys tonight was getting off to a fast start, and they absolutely have. That 2-2-1 pressure full court is causing all kinds of difficulties for the Bulldogs right now.
So Mail has already burned through a couple of timeouts. Bulldogs, such a young team. No seniors in the starting lineup. We've got a discussion underneath us at the scores table. And it looks like the signal now relayed in for the recycling, restarting of play. So Assumption picks up at the half court as Shea underneath us, and it's over and back.
You know, Chris, I found in my basketball experience when you are under this kind of pressure, well, as the young male Bulldogs are, you really got to think back to your fundamentals of playing basketball. You can't make the one-handed passes. You've got to go back and try to do everything as fundamental as possible to beat this pressure.
Ashlyn James off the mark on that three. The putback swirls out from Moore. And Mail has it. It's Lanier losing her footing underneath. And a held ball. It's going to belong to Mail. So possession to the Bulldogs. 4.5 minutes in.
Assumption mimicking their full court with their half court defense with this 1-3-1 trapping zone. It's really got the Bulldogs confused.
Jordan Smith lost that one. Great acceleration by Lanier to come back. It's going to stay underneath Assumption.
Nice defensive play to get her hands and keep that layup from scoring.
So Zion Sin checks back in the game. Just over 3 minutes in this first quarter. And Allen, great pass underneath. That's off from Ashlyn James, and a foul in pursuit of the rebound. Going to be whistled against the Rockets. Foul on Ashlyn James as Assumption brings in Palin Quinn, 5'8" freshman, number 10.
Chris, would like to see Mail try to pass through these traps. More ball movement, maybe some less dribbling could help them right now. That's much better right there.
There's the entry. That's where they want it.
Right on cue.
Mail in the 2-3 zone within 10 after their second field goal. Ashlyn James veering in. Wide open three, well off the mark, and the Bulldogs dig out the rebound. That's Savannah Shea, and Sin tried to pitch it in the lane, and Assumption out with it. Got a lot of new players for both teams. Maddie Lyons, number 11, is on the floor for Assumption. That's number 3, Veronica Hawker. James twirls. Hawker tees a three. Yes!
Nice. Great job by James finding Hawker. She really set her feet well and really caught that ball ready to shoot.
Hawker, her second made three of the year, and Assumption in control. There's Sin, could not get to that pass. Swiped by Kylie Moore. Now it's loose. Hawker from the far side. Sure!
Wow. Feeding the hot hand.
Hawker 1 out of 5 on threes coming in. He's made 2 in a row. And Assumption a game-high lead as Sin weaves in. And a held ball. Arrow to the Rockets. As Assumption will inbound to the left of Coach Karen Kovach, outstanding basketball player in her own right, set some state records in New York at school in New York.
She's a Syracuse Orange woman, is that correct?
She is.
4-year starter, I believe, there.
There's a corner three. That's well off from Palin Quinn. And we've reached the 1 minute mark of this lopsided first quarter. And the second 10-second violation of this opening quarter.
Yeah, and it's just a sign of some inexperience from the Bulldogs. But from a positive note, they're going to gain a lot from this game and learn from it and hopefully move forward.
There's Saray Palmer back to Hocker with a hot hand.
Wow! I'll tell you what, that's a 1 for 5 coming in. That's 3 for 3 on my count, or 3 for 4.
Hocker with 9 points tonight, and Assumption leading. There's Sin twisting and twirling. And the Rockets 2-on-1. Hocker, a career high 11.
Wow.
And another turnover. And Mail just completely outmatched against this pressure defense, and Saray Palmer rattles it in.
I will tell you, Chris, it is relentless, and it is a well-designed, well-thought-of press.
There's Rachel Fanning with the answer. So Fanning with 5 of Mail's 7, and that's going to take us to the end of the first. But it's all Assumption after 1, and the Rockets on top of Mail, 27-7. Live tonight on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Chris Labar and Paul Jackson back live at Ralph Beard Court, Louisville Male High School, and Assumption leading the Bulldogs 27-7, and so many points off turnovers.
Yes, for sure. I'd love to see Mail kind of settle down and be able to get into the half court and run their offense.
And the Bulldogs trying to muster some positivity in the half court. When they've got it to the half court, they've done some good things. And a near turnover. It's going to stay Mail.
Chris, I knew about the potent offense from Assumption. What I didn't have on my brain was just how relentless they are on the defensive end. It's my first time really getting a good look at them, and man, can they play defense.
Giving up 47 points per game, and that's going to force a double dribble possession back to the Rockets.
Coach C able to put some different lineups in with the score, and this is the time for a coach to kind of see who might really be a factor coming down the postseason as they narrow down their lineups.
Well, there's a lot of factors dressed in pink tonight. A really strong group. And Ashlyn James to inbound. Of course, if you're watching, you certainly were well aware of the game versus Sacred Heart. Assumption led throughout the entire game before those Bree Wilkins free throws with 0.4 left. Just a heartbreaking loss. And there's 2 for Layla Powell. But from a positive, it could be fuel, Paul, to get this team clicking.
Yeah, I could just hear in the coach comments before we went on air that they recovered quickly from that loss and immediately got right back to business with a couple of wins, and they look like they're ready to go.
10-second violation. Assumption beat a solid Floyd Central team on Wednesday by 15 in Floyd's Knobs. That's not the easiest place to play, and this is an Assumption team like Sacred Heart, like a few that are really challenging themselves outside of the state.
Yeah, and I'm going to digress and talk a little bit about going to Floyd Central. That's the type of place where, back when I played at Oldham County, the JV game was sold out, and it was an incredible environment. And any win you can get on the road in Indiana is a great win.
The ghost of Joe Hinton over there, Paul.
that's a good one.
There's a long three off the mark.
I still have nightmares on that one.
As Moore will skip it back. James flings a three. That swirls out. Great rebound. Snagged by Layla Powell. She'll try one more time. And a male foul. Going to be on Savannah Shea.
Chris, what's exciting about Assumption so far is they've been able to jump out to this lead really without their star player at her, top abilities right now.
Yeah, James only a couple of points. And the free throw swirls in for Layla Powell. Unofficially a game-high 6. Check that. Hawker with 9. Powell second in line with 6. Well done. Layla Powell 3 of 3 from the foul line, and Assumption in full control. There's Kendall Lanier, number 14, able to hang on to it. Or is she? It's going to swirl right and scooped up by the male Bulldogs. It was Jordan Smith able to hang on to it. Swirling baseline, Rachel Fanning. Scoop shot up and in on the beneficiary. There's Ashlyn James with an under 6 minutes in this first half. Wonderful entry. And off the doorstep is Powell. Palmer a three. Yes. Saray Palmer, her 5th point.
The ball movement on the Assumption side of the court has been fantastic. Like, they really do a good job of finding the open man and getting a good shot.
Now Mail trying to do something with it in the half court. That's Jordan Smith over to Zion Sin. Lanier chisels. And an Assumption foul. Going to be whistled on number 24, Saray Palmer. So the Bulldogs will fire up their first 2 free throws of the evening, where they shoot it at 57% on the season. And that's a welcome sight.
Yeah, I thought Lanier did.
46% foul shooting.
Yeah, she did a nice job of getting into the body of the defender. Sometimes when your outside shot's not falling, just get downhill and get some contact and see a couple going at the foul line. Let's see if that maybe gets Mail going a little bit.
Bulldogs 2 of 2 from the foul line. A 34-11 Assumption start. They led 27-7 after 1. And the rebound snatched by number 0, Jordan Smith of Mail. Here's Kendall Lanier and Sin stepping on the sideline for the miscue. What can Assumption take from a game like this in which they're certainly expected to win?
Well, yeah, I do think they're getting some really key opportunities to get. Like, let's look at number 3, Veronica Hawker here. She's come in with taking full advantage of her playing time opportunity with 3 knockdown threes. You know, she's using this as an opportunity to earn even more playing time on a really talented Rocket squad.
That ball's just ripped away by Moore, and it's going to shuttle out, and it's going to stay Mail length of the floor.
Just saying in basketball, Chris, when you just wake up and you get kind of hit in the mouth, and that's kind of what's happened to Male right now. Assumption just so long on the defensive end. They're really having difficulty moving the ball from a passing standpoint, and the passes are just not crisp enough. And there's our girl, Veronica Hawker. I believe she's got 13 now.
She does. Came in high water mark of 6, and she's doubled that and then some. Just over 4 minutes left. And Assumption in control. That's a strong take again by Kendall Lanier, and she'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws.
I give credit to Kendall. That's twice now. She's really used her body to generate some space and get to the foul line.
So Lanier 2 of 2 from the charity line. She'll aim 2 more. Averaging 5 points on the season. And that's well done. Alyssa Gonzalez, number 0, is on for Assumption. And that one swirls out. Ashlyn James off the mark. And the rebound chased down by Rachel Fanning. And Fanning twisting and twirling, and it's out of bounds back to Assumption. Coming up at halftime, we'll have some first half numbers for you along with some highlights. Then we'll talk the boys game between Male and St. X. It's a round 3 of what potentially could be 5 this year. Going to be a full house and should be something else between 2 very talented teams.
Chris, I'm coming through the microphone already, excited for that ball game. I mean, the emotions behind it, too, the quality, top-ranked teams in the state of Kentucky going at it, and the fact that we're playing here at Pap Glen could be a big advantage for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs out here practicing a couple hours before the game when we got here as a free throw swirls in. And, of course, so much happened at the end of the LIT game last week. I had a chance to talk with Coach Hayworth about that. We will hear his comments in the pregame about what transpired. And certainly should be a very intense game this evening between 2 great teams and 2 tremendous coaches.
Yeah, really looking forward to it.
So 38-12 is Male in the half court, just inside the line, and the basket's going to go in.
Great job of moving the ball there.
That's Kendall Posey.
Kendall Posey did a nice job of just setting her feet and knocking that down. Those are the winning plays that are going to help them move forward.
Hawker will nudge it in the lane. Kovac off the mark. Got her own rebound, though. And the ball's going to swirl right to Gonzalez. She'll find the open rocket. That's Maddie Lyons that missed. And Male will possess the basketball. Now Kendall Lanier. Really like her assertion with this Male offense.
Yeah, I do as well. She's really got her head up on a swivel. She's strong with the ball, and if they overplay her, she's been able to get to the rim and use her upper body strength to get to the foul line.
Here's Jordan Smith, the 8th grader, finds Lanier. Lanier, strong drive. Not the best angle for that one, and the rebound vacuumed in by 11, Maddie Lyons. Assumption with numbers. Ashlyn James all the way around and out.
Well, I still think IU has landed a good one with Ashlyn James. She is not knocking him down tonight as much as normal, but you can just see her presence on the court has a huge impact.
And another held ball. It's Assumption with the arrow in their favor this time. Joe Million on camera for us tonight. Steve Bird, our executive producer. Thank you so much for joining us live tonight at Louisville Male High School. as James will handle. And Mail looks like a little bit of a different defense.
Yeah, they've gone to more of like a...
There's Hawker.
Oh, she has been red hot. Chris, she finally missed one.
Jordan Smith snuck in for the rebound, and Assumption. There's Gonzalez. Back to James, foul line, and a Mail foul on the closeout.
Yeah, Mail trying to give Assumption some different looks on defense. Again, what they really need to be focused on is the fundamentals of blocking out against these taller, rangier Assumption Rockets, as the rebound and margins on the offensive end is what's hurting Mail.
James now 3 points unofficially, shoots them at 71% from the free throw line. I think one of the things that makes this Assumption team so good is just the balance. They've got 4 or 5 players average between 8 and 13, but on any given night they can easily get 20.
I'm just impressed with how well they share it. The ball movement, and you can tell they're rooting for each other and they play for each other, and I think that's huge for them.
There's Rachel Fanning. Got the carom back right off the shin of Hillerick. I don't think she wanted it back.
No, I wouldn't want it back either.
And Assumption now with James. Keyhole jumper is in, and maybe that'll get her going.
Sometimes when you knock a free throw down, it opens the lid, and I think that's what we saw there. But what a beautiful little crossover.
Hillerick lofts that up, and it's going to catapult right off of the arm of Rachel Fanning back to Assumption here in the balance of this first half.
Hillerick is the sister of the young male star, Trey Hillerick, who unfortunately had an ACL tear, I believe, 2 games ago, and will not be available the rest of the season for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Coach Hayworth addressed that as well, and they're going to have to play certainly completely different without him.
Oh, big inside presence loss there.
There's Hawker on a skip pass, grabbed by Gonzalez, and we'll see what Assumption does here late in the clock. Gonzalez lofts that one off. Even the ball movement is crisp, though.
Absolutely.
And Sin with a rebound. Under 10. Zoe Young off the mark. And Assumption with possession, and that's going to close a vastly improved and impressive first half as Assumption leading the Mail Bulldogs 41-14. Assumption led by 20 after 1, and they added 7 to that tally to lead 41-14 at the half. Stay close, more coverage coming up. You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night live on Glycod.
A Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time. Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer. Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Oldham County today.
Welcome to Holy Smokes Barbecue.
At Holy Smokes Barbecue, our pitmasters smoke up mouth-watering ribs, chicken, brisket, mutton, and more. From sandwiches to full dinners, with a complete list of sides and desserts. Holy Smokes Barbecue. Just tell them that the man in the big white hat sent you.
Order up.
How's the pork chop taste?
It's pretty good. It's the best one I've ever had.
Holy Smokes Barbecue. Tell them the man in the big white hat sent you.
When you want the right agents for your real estate needs, choose the Van Treese team with True Blood Real Estate. Former University of Louisville basketball star Stephen Vantrease and his wife Laura Protinick Vantrease combine local knowledge, dedication, and results to help you buy or sell with confidence. Contact the Vantrease team at 502-468-1463 because no other real estate team quite measures up when you experience the True Blood advantage.
Red Ball is Southern Indiana's recycling choice because we can turn the scrap metal you bring into scrap money. Located in Jeff and Madison.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tensley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tensley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Tinsley Family Concessions, a tradition of corporate excellence and community service. For more, visit tfcfamily.com.
Chris LeBar and Paul Jackson back live on Louisville basketball game night. Assumption on top of the Male Bulldogs 41-14 through two quarters, and they're certainly showing why they're one of the top teams in Kentucky.
Relentless defensive pressure right out of the gate and got off to a hot start and just has had Male on its heels the entire first half. So long and defensively just steal and forcing turnovers, and offensively they're moving the ball well, playing as a team, and really impressive to watch, Chris.
You've got Veronica Hocker at 11 points, actually a 13 points career high.
Yeah, I have to admit she is my first half and maybe second half player of the game so far. She is just come off the bench with and just lit it up, and what an opportunity for her and good for her.
What is the plan here for the Rockets? This is trending very favorably. What is the plan here to get through this game?
Yeah, I think Coach C, they're gonna probably rest. They've had a lot of games lately. I think they're gonna see their bench get to play a little bit more. She's still looking for pieces. She's still looking for pieces to complement her starting 5 or 6 players. So I think she'll be on the lookout for that. And who's it going to be? Who's going to be the Veronica Hocker of the second half, maybe?
So you've got Hocker 13 unofficially, Layla Powell unofficially 7. Just so much balance with this Assumption team. For Male, they are led by Rachel Fanning with 5, but it's been a real chore just for them to get the ball in half court.
Yeah, this is for a young team like Male. They have walked into a hornet's nest with some big girl basketball right now. Long, lengthy, fast, but you know, I liked a couple things they did late in the half, and Coach Ponder just needs to, build on this and keep working with these young girls. This is a game that will help them improve.
Again, coming up at 7:30, it'll be St. X versus Male. We're going to have 2 separate streams tonight, so immediately following the conclusion of this game, we'll end our stream, then get everything, all of our ducks in a row for Game 2, which is St. X and Male, and certainly 2 of the top 3 teams in the Elite Media 16 poll. What is the difference between those 2 teams?
Well, I tell you what, on any given night, they can go either way, and both bring dynamic players to the table, explosive players. You've got Josh Lindsay for St. X, who can light up the YouTube channels with some highlight dunks. Jordan Mitchell from Male has had an unbelievable sophomore season for the Bulldogs, and when he gets going, he really gets going. So, this arguably is the game of the year right now, with the emotions running real high, Chris.
They are. Jordan Mitchell, 24 points per game, tops in the 7th region. And you talked about Josh Lindsay, and certainly he is elite, but you've got Jeremiah Jackson that leads them at 18 points and 7 rebounds. And his body style, he's just a very difficult cover.
I feel guilty not talking about him the whole time. He's he does about as good a job as using a big body and moves like a defensive back, so to speak. He can really generate offense in a lot of different ways, and I don't know see of a better player in Kentucky that can maximize his body potential there.
We cannot wait to bring that to you against St. X and Male. That game will tip at 7:30. Until then, we've got Assumption and Male. The Rockets razor sharp through 2 quarters. They lead Male 41-14. Now this from Tinsley Family Concessions, live from Glycod.
1965 Male graduate and basketball star George Tinsley knows the value of providing quality service. And that's what you get when you dine with Tinsley Family Concessions. They provide travelers with many fine choices at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Whether it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, Chili's, or Starbucks, you know your travel experience will be a more comfortable and convenient one. Learn more about our company by visiting the website tfcfamily.com.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
UA Local 502 is powered by Louisville and Southern Indiana's best trained, most productive plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC service technicians. A proud community partner with over a century's worth of service, UA Local 502 members have the knowledge and experience for the project you want done, whether it's large or small. Visit lu502.com for information about the contractors who employ our members. UA Local 502. We do it right the first time.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
This is the mower that cut the lawn, that became the place their kids grew up. The legendary Exmark Laser Z is the zero-turn mower more landscape pros trust. For cut quality, comfort, and reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life. Visit your local dealer or explore the Exmark Laser Z online for special finance offers, available now.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Back live at Ralph Beard Gymnasium, Ralph Beard Court. It's Louisville Basketball Game Night live tonight with Assumption on top of the Male Bulldogs. And we'll see what the Bulldogs can do offensively to try to make some improvements in this second half. And a great overplay. Ashlyn James pokes it into backcourt and then completes the play. So James now with points 6 and 7. As the Bulldogs just having all sorts of difficulty hanging on to the ball. That's Kendall Lanier. Lost her footing. Saray Palmer.
Beautiful. Saray Palmer just really good setting up and knocking down that jumper.
So Palmer now with 7. Assumption 2 of their first 2 in the second half. Well on their way. Sin inside the arc, steers it in, and a foul.
She has done some good things tonight. That was well done. Got to the free throw line, followed through nice. Got to make her feel good to knock down that bucket.
Sin averaging 15 points per game. Young lady that did not score a lot last season. And statistically, a significant improvement in her 11th grade year.
Yeah, she has had to step up and be the offensive leader of the team, and that's a transition that takes some time if you've never really been that person.
And Assumption on their way to their 14th win of the season. Only one loss inside Kentucky. That was to Sacred Heart last week. That shot is going to be off from Saray Palmer, and a strong rebound and muscled in by Layla Powell. Powell on the cusp of double figures. She has 9. There's Fanning inside. Savannah Shea could not complete the play. Layla Powell rips down the rebound for Assumption. How about the unselfish pass? Going to be off from James. Strong putback falls for Saray Palmer.
Yeah, the offensive boards have been a real key factor for the Rockets, and more defensive pressure. And you don't want to get her going, that's for sure.
Points off turnovers again for Assumption. A Mill timeout. We'll step aside. More coverage coming up live from Mill High School. It's Louisville basketball game night from Glyca.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Mike Shelton in Louisville today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Louisville basketball game night on Glycod.
All Assumption as we welcome you back. Rockets on top 51-17, one basket away from a running clock, as the Rockets have been in full control since the outset, led 27-7 after one, and then led by 27 at half, and they've already added some points to that total through the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. So against St. X versus Mill, a 7:30 tip-off. Cannot wait to bring you that one. The highlight of a busy night of high school basketball on Glycod. We'll also have the live stream of Ballard at Eastern. So a couple of great ones tonight in Jefferson County. We'll see what Mill can do. Fanning triggers a 3 and deflected out by Kylie Moore. It's going to be Mill possession. Bulldogs a little bit indecisive there, as Sin now being signaled over to inbound. And Paul mentioned it for the Bulldogs. This is a growth opportunity for them, as they're not going to play too many teams throughout the course of the year as talented as the Rockets. And a chance to improve. There's a 3. That's off from Palmer. The putback short. And the rebound trickled out to 23, Rachel Fanning of Mill, who has had a great floor game tonight. And Assumption woven into the corner. The trailer James flings a 3. And they'll try again. Just domination on the backboard. That one's off the mark as well. And James, not been her night in terms of shooting from the perimeter. She's missed a few out there. And it's going to be Mill possession. Joe Million on camera tonight. Steve Bird is our executive producer. Always a pleasure to bring you high school basketball here on Glycod. So the Bulldogs will inbound right in front of their bench. Mill coming in losing 2 out of 3. The lone win in between those losses was a nice win versus Ballard, one of their arch rivals. And a little miscommunique there as Palmer felt like she had a companion to the right, and no sirree Bob. And a foul coming up the floor. It's on Layla Powell of Assumption. Second foul of the quarter, as Assumption will bring back Veronica Hocker. We hope to have post-game comments from head coach Karen Kovac as part of our Mill St. X pregame. So stay tuned for that. As the Bulldogs going to inbound here again. More and more baskets surrendered by them makes this game a running clock, and that will make things quite expeditious to conclude things. Kendall Posey will fling it in play. Strong drive, and Sin off the mark that time. And how about the length applied by Kyla Kovach to rip that ball away, and it's pinballed around. And the outlet, there's Ashlyn James, and she'll lay it in and be fouled in the process. So James, 9 points now unofficially. Her second field goal of the half. And Mail just having all sorts of issues hanging on to the ball. Got Alyssa Gonzalez on the floor, 5'6" sophomore. Free throw off. And the putback is off, and a Mail foul. A couple of Gonzalez sisters played Bellarmine back in the day. Mary Lou Gonzalez with Assumption ties. You wonder if there's any connection there. We'll get to Steve Bird on that. And the free throw bounces out for Kylie Moore. So a running clock will commence right after the free throw is attempted. And Assumption now by 37. That shot is blocked. The entry and Hillerich's shot was blocked. Outlet pass, layup in. Well executed play and a Mail foul. And Assumption knocks it in again. It's Saray Palmer with the assist. And Kylie Moore credited with a field goal. And the free throw disappears through the net. Largest lead. So Mail able to hang on to it. Bulldogs on the verge of being 7-10. There's a strong drive. That's well done for the Bulldogs. Basket goes for Jemiah Smith, freshman, her first field goal. Hawker baseline, creeping, having a career night. 13 points for the sophomore, and Jemiah Smith, nice overplay, but she's stepping on the baseline and possession back to Assumption. If you're wondering why you've not heard Paul Jackson's voice, say in the last 15 minutes, he is down chatting with Tigers head coach Kevin Klein ahead of Mail versus St. X. We look forward to that conversation as well. And Sin tried to get that shot off through Palmer's contact, could not. Kylie Moore snowbirds and lays it in. Fast break points. Such a huge part of this Assumption prolific offense. There's Palmer. Didn't get that one to go, and the rebound trickled right back to her. Gonzalez heaves a three. And the held ball, the arrow Assumption's way. So the clock continues to run as we slide under 2 minutes now in this third quarter. A couple of subs coming in as Mail going to go a little bit deeper into their bench. Hawker, not the best angle to get an entry. Now Veronica has it high left. Good defense. Poked in backcourt. That's Kendall Lanier. And she's going to miss it from right underneath the basket and back to Assumption as we take a look at the Bulldogs' upcoming schedule. Monday versus Seneca certainly questionable with all this weather coming in. And then 4 straight games away from home as we're 4+ weeks out from postseason play. Gonzalez will handle. Now Hawker aims a 3. Oh, yes! That young lady has had an outstanding evening. Hawker, her 4th made 3, 16 points tonight. A career high off the bench. And Male just having a very difficult time. Gonzalez couldn't get that one to go. Here's 2 more. Hawker. 21 seconds. Now Jemiah Smith stepping on that far sideline as we've got now just 10 seconds to play in this third quarter. Assumption is led throughout, and that's going to close the third quarter with the sub and take us to the fourth. All Assumption tonight on Glycod as they lead Male girls high school basketball 64-19. Stay close to the fourth quarter coming up next.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and Louisville.
When you're buying or selling a new home and you want to do it with few hassles, count on Polo Real Estate Group. Founded and owned by 1993 Male High graduate Dion Reese, Polo Real Estate has over 2 decades of experience and offers skillful consultation and representation for your sale or purchase. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
All Assumption tonight as we welcome you back on Louisville Basketball Game Night. Rockets lead after 3, 64-19. And Assumption on the defensive end here to start this game, which should be a very quick fourth quarter. And we're going to have another held ball. Possession over to Assumption High School. Take a look at their upcoming schedule as the Rockets, big week next week, weather permitting, with the LIT. And we'll see them February 11th. Really looking forward to that one versus Mercy. Hawker, a corner 3. Even the misses look good. The rebound cradled by Jordan Smith of Male. Kendall Lanier drives in, swiped away by Palmer, but she's on the baseline. We'll start the Male St. X stream at 7 p.m. for what will be a 7:30 start. And Male driving in. I think we're going to have a reach around foul on Assumption. As the Bulldogs will inbound underneath, Kendall Lanier making her presence felt at times tonight as she will check out for Male. She's done some good things, as has Rachel Fanning. Zion Sin, 6 points unofficially for the Bulldogs. She has been under heavy defensive pressure by this Assumption defense. And that one's going to go. That's Savannah Shea with a basket. Gonzalez could not get that one to go. The putback falls through. That's 23, Layla Powell. Just under 5:40 remaining. And stepping on the sideline, or was it? No, it's a Male timeout. So a Male timeout. We will take a quick hiatus as well. Back in 30 seconds, live tonight on Glycod. Now this from HKC Roofing.
Folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Louisville Basketball Game Night on Glycod.
Male and Assumption tonight live on Glycod. Assumption has led throughout, and they've got just 5 minutes, 21 seconds left before they improve to 14-5 on the season. Male will suffer their 10th loss opposite 7 wins. Bulldogs in a little bit of a rut statistically. Their last 20-win season dating back a few years back to 2021 into 22. And for Assumption, this is a group that's had a lot of success. 7 times advanced to the Sweet 16, although it's been a little bit, been since 2007. And they certainly have a great opportunity to play deep into this season. So the Bulldogs will inbound here just north of 5 minutes. And Sin. That ball ricocheted right off of Palmer, and it's going to stay Male ball underneath. Great move baseline, but she stepped on the baseline. It was Zoe Young, the 8th grader. And Assumption in the front court. So Ray Palmer's gone the distance for the most part in this game. As Palmer, great find underneath, and the ball's kissed in by Kyla Kovac, her first field goal. And Sin will handle it in half court. Turnovers have happened with regularity tonight for Male. Kovac turns and shoots after the great entry from Palmer. And Sin out with it for Male. Strong drive by Sin, and she'll be fouled by Ray Palmer. So 2 free throws looming for the Male Bulldogs. So Zion sent for 2, where she shoots a very solid 71%. And the Bulldogs, one more free throw made. Jemiah Smith back on the floor for the Bulldogs. And that went in as well. So Sin now 7 points unofficially. Baseline, Hucker, nope. There's Palmer hoisting a three. And Gonzalez rattles the loose ball for Assumption and then a held ball. So this time the arrow in favor of Male, and it will be Bulldog ball. As Gonzalez will inbound. Meanwhile, you've got the running clock while Zion Sin was tying her shoe, probably about 20 seconds elapsed. It's a good thing she didn't double knot those. And Sin will flip it in the corner to Zoe Young. And poked right back to Young. And we have another held ball. So Assumption this time with the arrow in their favor. And the Rockets trying to close this one with a productive set in the half court. And that one not so much as Palmer lost the handle. There's Rachel Fanning. And a foul. Paul Jackson's been down a while. He's been gone a while trying to catch up with Coach Klein. We hope he's okay. 1:30 now remaining. As Male inbounding underneath. That was intended for, I believe, Sin, and Lanier threw that ball away. Palmer shot blocked and a foul on Male with just over 1 minute remaining. It is a little hot in here as you see that fan with that right hand just trying to create a little cool air. And we're going to have an Assumption timeout. We'll keep things here. Only a 30-second timeout for the Rockets. Clock now idle at 1:02. Assumption 1-0 in the 26th district coming in. And, of course, these two teams could meet again in district play. And certainly the expectation level on the boys' side is that this is game 3 and very likely certainly a 4th game for the district championship. District this season held at St. X. So, in essence, you've got home tonight at Male and very likely a home game at St. X the last week of February. Yeah, Saray Palmer for 2 free throws. And Assumption on the verge of 70 tonight. With 58 seconds left, and Assumption well on their way. They led 27-7 after 1, and they led by 27 points at halftime. And Male just been unable to compete. There's Palmer for 2 more. Fall away, Sin, that's not going to go. Maddie Lyons ripped down that rebound. And Saray Palmer into front court, and Assumption giving it to their hot hand, Veronica Hocker. And she's fouled, and that may do things with a running clock. The clock stops, 7.1. Got a girls' score to report. Ballard leading Eastern 37-26. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And again, we'll update the ticker and get everything started for the St. X Male stream to begin at 7 o'clock. So we're going to say it's so long here in 7.1 seconds. Assumption a dominant performance tonight to improve to 14-5. And a foul, and that's going to do things tonight for the Rockets. As Assumption wins over Mill 74-23. Thank you so much for joining us tonight live on Glycod. Please like and subscribe to our growing free-to-watch high school athletics platform. Coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern, we'll have the pregame for St. X versus Mail. Until then, for camera operator Joe O'Million, Paul Jackson, our analyst and executive producer Steve Bird, I'm Chris LeBar. We'll see you soon, live from Mail St. X on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been UA Local 502 Louisville Basketball Game Night. UA Local 502 and the Mechanical Contractors Association of Kentucky. We do it right the first time. Tonight's game was brought to you by Red Ball Recycling, turning your scrap metal into scrap money. HKC Roofing, better than guaranteed. Tinsley Family Concessions, commitment to quality. German American Bank, building our community since 1910. Polo Real Estate Group, a realtor you can trust. Anderson's Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. And by Blinds Direct and State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley.
Visit Glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school sports content. Thank you for watching this live sports presentation on